Hi, good evening, everyone. So we are glad to see you all here. Our speaker, Ms. Yeoh from Vitrox, and our UTAR alumni, Mr. Andy Chiu, and our moderator, Dr. Teh from Faculty of Engineering and Green Technology from UTAR. Maybe we can say hi to them. I'm introduce myself first. I'm Jeffrey from Division of Program Promotion from UTAR as well. You guys can go Facebook, type UTAR for you, like and share this video. So this actually this live platform, we proceed at Zoom and Facebook at the same time. Today, our talk duration will approximately take about 1 hour. So we take about 40 minutes to run the talk. And of course, we have some interaction between our speaker and our friends here. So you guys can leave your question at this Q&A button. Our speaker will have an interaction with our friends here. So I pass the stage to Dr. Teh.
Good evening to everybody. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Teh Peh Chiong. I'm the head of department for the electronics engineering in UTAR Kampar campus. Now, in our department, we have two engineering programs for our students. They are Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics Engineering, which is a 4-year program, and Bachelor of Technology, which is a 3-year program. The Bachelor of Technology was a very recent program which was launched last year in October 2019. Now, a salient feature of our Bachelor of Technology in Electronic System is a work-based learning program where students will spend up to 12 months of combined learning and experience the real work environment through coaching and mentoring by experienced engineers in the industry. We are very fortunate to have our Malaysian-owned multinational company, Vitrox Corporation Berhad, to be one of our leading industry partner for this work-based learning program. Vitrox designs and manufactures innovative, leading-edge, and cost-effective automated vision inspection equipment and system-on-chip embedded electronics devices for semiconductor and electronics packaging industries. I believe this new program will equip the students with the relevant skills and state-of-art knowledge needed for their future careers in electronics engineering. This evening, I'm pleased to be able to introduce our two distinguished speakers from Vitrox Corporation Berhad. Ms. Yeoh is currently the manager for the People Development Department. She is an ICSA graduate. During the earlier years of her career, she was involved in corporate secretarial services. In 2002, she decided to take up a career in human resources and progress till now. In Vitrox, she is involved in talent acquisition, talent management, compensation, and benefits. During her free time, she enjoys doing voluntary work and helping others. Our next speaker is our own alumni from Faculty of Business and Finance, UTAR, Mr. Andy Chiu. He underwent his internship in Vitrox 7 years ago. Upon graduation, he joined Vitrox in 2014 under People Development Department. Over the years, he has self-learned web development and assists the engineers in process automation. Today, he is currently a developer in Vitrox Center of Excellence. This brings us to our topic today. Be bold and take charge of your future, where Andy will share his experience from a business graduate background journey to an experienced engineer. Our talk will start with Ms. Yeoh introducing the company. There will be a few video clips, and followed by the highlights, Andy will be sharing his experience. Then we will have the opportunities to ask questions in the Q&A session after their talks. So if you have any questions, save them for the Q&A. Okay, I now request Ms. Yeoh to begin her presentation.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. It's me again. Vitrox, we are actually dedicated to be the world leading company in providing total machine vision solutions. We were established in year 2000, and currently we are listed on KLSE with the stock code 0097. We have a complete range of machine vision inspection solutions from back-end semiconductor, PCBA, SMT, final assembly inspection, and also we have this Industry 4.0 smart solutions plus system on chip embedded electronic solutions. So you might wonder what this word Vitrox consists of. For VI, it stands for vision. That's the core of our business. And DRO, it actually stands for electronics. We have a division that producing electronic solutions. So how Vitrox was founded? It was many years ago, more than 20 years ago. It started with the story of this camera. Okay, at that point of time, our CEO, Mr. Chu Jian-wing, he was in his uni years. His mother bought this camera for him for his birthday present. It's a second-hand camera. Mr. Chu didn't come from a well-to-do family. The mother can only afford to buy a second-hand camera for the beloved son. Okay, and that point of time, you know, camera is not like your current digital camera of which you can snap so many photos and you just delete whichever you don't want, leaving the good ones. At that point of time, cameras still need to use something called film. So Mr. Chu, in order not to waste film, he went to the library to research on how to take good photos. So he actually, after that, fell in love with photography. During his internship in HP, he noticed that, hey, camera has been mounted in the production floor to do inspection. He was so excited and he decided to have a final year project with HP on this vision. So he told his lecturer that he wanted to do a final year project. And he scored A+ in his final year project. HP, without asking much, asked him only one question: when can you start work? So he always asks us to go and find out what you like to do and follow your heart. Do it wholeheartedly like him. Until today, he's still so passionate in machine vision. During Mr. Chu's employment with HP, he has the chance to go to this place, the Silicon Valley. Okay, this is the place where HP started, the garage. So Mr. Chu, standing in this position, he was thinking, if such a big global company can start small, we Malaysian can do the same. So he decided that if the opportunity knocks, he wanted to start his own business. So one day, our co-founder, Mr. Steven, looked for him and told him that, hey, there's a company in Ipoh wanted to look for a vision system. Then they decided that they want to start their venture, the small venture. At that point of time, they have about 3,000 in hand, and with some borrowing from others, they have about 20,000. So imagine, with 20,000, what can you do? But for them, everything seems possible. Mr. Chu, at that point of time, wanted to hire the first employee. So he thought about someone who has a final year project with him, Mr. Yeoh. He's a first class degree holder from USM Com Science. So he looked for him and asked him, do you want to join my venture? But he also frankly told him, if let's say this venture is not successful, you perhaps can only be paid for 3 months. So imagine if you go for an interview, the interviewer told you this, what would you do? Dare you accept this offer? But Mr. Yeoh being very bold, and he has the confidence in Mr. Chu and Stephen, so he decided that he will take up this offer that is 300 to 400 ringgit lower than what he has, the offer in hand. Okay, so he decided to take up this job offer. And with us here today, you know that our venture has been successful. So you wonder, where did we start? We didn't start from a garage. We start from this small room of Mr. Chu, 100 square feet, okay? And throughout the year, we progress. In year 2000, we moved to an office in Crystal Point. Thereafter, we purchased a semi-D factory in Ban Lepas, and we later moved to our previous campus, Vitrox 1.0 in Ban Lepas. And in year 2018, it couldn't cater for our expansion anymore. So we moved to Batu Kawan. We aim to be a Malaysian global technology company by year 2020 and to have 1,000 people by end of this year. Currently, we have about 690, including our colleagues in China, our sales channel partners, and also our interns. What are our products? So perhaps many of you may not know what is machine vision. Okay, machine vision is something that ensure the quality of the products, is a process control, and to ensure that what you get as an end customer, what you get is something of good quality. Okay, so normally it involves a camera that capture the image, and then if let's say after inspection, notice that the image, from the image, it may have some defects, so it will be rejected. So still remember the story of the camera? So normally machine vision consists of camera, illumination, that means different kinds of lighting to shine on the products, to see whether, to check on the defects, okay, the object over here. And with the software and the image processing library, it will act as the brain, like a human, and then a conveyor, the robotic system, or it's like a robotic arm, for example, it will push out the reject items, or it will pick up the reject items. So it's like a human's hand. So with this machine vision, it replaces human inspection. Camera and lens replace human eyes. The image processing library replace human brains, and the conveyor or the robotics replace human hand. Okay, so it's, the inspection will be faster and more accurate. Our vision system is definitely part of Industry 4.0. And although we are in semiconductor, we want to look beyond that. Currently, we are looking into agriculture and also pharmaceutical. We also have these V1 solutions. This is a digital dashboard and AI analytics that collect the data from our machine. It will also be able to perform preventive maintenance. Imagine during COVID time, people are so fear to go to outside. You will also advise to stay at home. So how do you monitor your production? For example, like Vitrox, during that point of time, we were also operating below 35% capacity. Okay, but how do you check the output, etc.? So with V1, you can connect and visualize. This is our machine vision system. It is able to do 6-site inspection of IC packages. We also have this post-sale vision handler, and we have this wafer surface defects inspection, tray-to-tray vision inspection, and tray-to-tape and real vision inspection. Other than that, we have X-ray inspection. If let's say you see X-ray machine in a hospital, it's meant for X-ray human, and X-ray produced by us, it will make sure that the PCB assemblies are done well, so that the end products that you will be getting as a consumer, your motherboard or your phone, your smartphone, will be in good condition. We also have this 3D optical inspection, AOI, and solder paste inspection. We have this robotic vision system that inspects surface of hard disks and also parts in automotive. Other than that, we have this advanced robotic vision. We also have these electronic communications solutions like I/O cards. And for example, this V-Light, the light source controller, we are using it in our own machine as well. So this is the features of our V1 for Industry 4.0 smart solutions. These are some of the features of our V1. It can do real-time machine monitoring. Vitrox, today, if you were to see the share price, I think it's 9 ringgit, okay, 9 plus. Our market capitalization is slightly above 4 billion. And our customer base is all over the world. Our HQ is in Batu Kawan here. We have a small office in MMU, Cyberjaya. We have scientists in US. Other than that, we have sales and support sites and our sales channel partners all over the world. Most of our products are exported. Malaysia only consists 25 to 30% of our sales. These are some of the customers from Semiconductor and also SMT. Our manufacturing capacity, for example, this is our X-ray machine, tray base, and AOI. This is the quantity that we can produce every month. So what have we achieved over the years? Our X-ray is one of the fastest in the world, and same goes to our world-leading AOI. We are the preferred choice of top 10 EMS providers. And we have sold more than 15,000 vision systems worldwide. We have won more than 400 awards and also 73 awards. Over the past 8 years, Forbes has given us 4 times Forbes Asia Best Under a Billion. During the 2019, there are only 4 companies in Malaysia that won this award. How about our CSR? We are keen to educate people in STEM. This is our initiative, Penang International Science Fair, and feeding the hungry people. And we plant so many trees in Vitrox, other than fruit trees, and we have vegetables as well. We were involved in the flood relief. Okay, so what do you get from Vitrox if you were to join Vitrox? This is our workplace. We have a small little garden inside, a library, a cafe. And we have different types of activities, like we have a small gym, yoga and Zumba classes every week. These are some of our festival celebrations that we done last year. And we are like a uni. We have different types of clubs inside Vitrox, 9. For example, someone who want to improve their public speaking, they can join our Toastmasters Club. And for students, if let's say you wanted to join us as intern, our internship program is open all year long. Okay, you can apply at any time. And for technical intern, you might come from different types of background. Okay, what we offer other than monthly allowance, we give annual leave, medical coverage, Penang Bridge Door subsidy, and free vegetarian lunch. So if you follow our Instagram, you would be able to see this week what did we have from our V-meal. Okay, because this week we have a new menu with different types of healthy lunch every day. So today is the 3rd day. For career opportunities, since we design and we manufacture these machines in Batu Kawan, we have software and hardware design, manufacturing. After our products is being manufactured, we also have this QA to check and lean deployment to improve the process. We have the sales and marketing team to improve our sales and sales penetration, and also service and support to support our customers. We have this R&D Intern Plus program. For Intern Plus, the candidate will be getting 2,000 allowance per month. We also have this GEMS program, of which even a fresh degree holder can earn as much as 4,000 per month. So if you have anyone you want to refer to us today, if you refer a GEMS to us, you are able to earn 4,000 referral fee, okay, upon the person's confirmation. And this is my last slide before I hand over to Andy for his sharing. With sight, if let's say today you have eyesight, you can see today, but with vision, you can see your future.
Thank you, Siew, for your informed presentation. I pass over to Andy.
Good evening, everyone. So today I'm actually very excited to being here, and I'm actually very grateful that to have all of you join us. And why I'm so excited, because I get to share like my experience with all the alumni, with like juniors, and I'm actually happy and grateful that I'm able to share, and hopefully by the end of my sharing, you'll actually get something from it. So let me start by introducing myself. My name is Chew Kok Hin. You can call me Andy. I'm graduated in the year of 2014, which 6 years back at UTAR Kampar campus. I'm actually studying in the Bachelor of Business Administration, and after I graduated, I started to work in Vitrox from 2014 until now. So when I joined Vitrox, I actually joined as an intern in the people development departments, and when I joined as a permanent, I joined as an executive in people development department as well. But currently, I'm a developer in the Center of Excellence departments. So let me share a bit on what are the projects that I've been involving in Vitrox. So in Vitrox, I have the opportunities to actually be involved in the Vitrox Learning Management System, and Vitrox Performance Evaluation System, Vitrox Quality Management System, and Vitrox Talent Management System. So as you all can see that here are all the technical projects. For non-technical projects, I'm actually fortunate enough to being the V trainers and do a bit of sharings and also trainings in Vitrox to share my knowledge to all the Vitroxians. So as you all can see that why FBF students like me been involved in so many technical projects. So let me share a bit of my journey from the moment I joined Vitrox until now. So everything started when I'm having my internship. So as you can see from this picture that people development department have great colleagues, and I actually enjoy my moments when I having my internship. As just now Ms. Yeoh had shared, Vitrox have the best working environments. I would say best in Malaysia, maybe not to the world yet, but I think soon it will become the world best working environments. But as you can see from the pictures, I enjoy a lot. You know, this is my face while having my internship. But life is not perfect. By being the interns in people development departments, I need to deal with a lot of like administrative work using the training system that Vitrox are having 7 years ago. So the thing about the system that is from the vendors, it is actually poor support, and is slow, and it's not customizable. And this is my face after I use that system. You can feel the pain behind the smile. That's exactly me during that time. So during that time, I actually lucky enough to in our neighboring department, which is the COE departments. This department is actually involving in a lot of like interesting projects like AI, machine learning, and a lot more. Okay, so and we have a lot of interaction with each other's team members. And one day, the managers of this COE department, which is our executive vice president, Mr. Yeoh. Mr. Yeoh is also the first employees, as mentioned by Ms. Yeoh just now. He actually come to have a bit of chit chat with us, and he actually inspired me during that time. He asked me to imagine what a people development department would be able to do in the next 10 years. Imagine departments that can close employee competencies even without the employee knowing what they need to close. He asked me to visualize it. He asked me to see what we can contribute more as a people development departments. So during that time, I know that PD can actually do a lot of wonders. But at that moment, I know that if we keep on using that training system, it's actually like a bottleneck that keep on dragging the employees in people development departments. They need to waste a lot of effort in dealing with manual works and not doing more value added job. So during my internship, I actually have started to do a bit of enhancement. I start on doing a bit of e-training requests, e-approval, and training calendars using Google Apps Script. So Google Apps Script, because Vitrox are in a G Suite environment, Google Apps Script is basically a JavaScript that helps to automate stuff using G Suite. But the thing about me having an internship is I have it during my short semesters, which means that I don't have enough time to contribute more. So when I finish my internship, I actually go back for my last semester. And I actually planned my last semester. Initially, I planned my last semester to be like the honeymoon semesters. If you guys know what I mean, as a lot of UTARians are here. I know that for me during that time, I actually planned like only one CGPA course at that time, and another one is a coursework related course. So I planned to have my honeymoon. But after my internship, I noticed that how much I'm lag behind. So I know that I'm not ready to the markets. I know that I'm not good enough. And instead of enjoying my last semester, I start to work hard on my last semesters. I start to learn programming. I start to improve myself as much as possible. At that moment, I always wish that Vitrox can call me one day to offer me a permanent job. So, and luckily enough that when I end my last semesters, Vitrox did offer me a job. I did join back people development departments and being the executive there. So during that moment, I know for sure that there's the one thing that I want to tackle, and that is the training system. I want to improve it. I even want to like change the whole system. So because I'm a business background, I'm an FBF student, so I'm not there to ask for my managers during that time to fully focus on developing a system, which is something that I'm not good at. So I try to develop it whenever I have free time or whenever I have, whenever there's time available, even using my own personal time. After 6 months, I managed to come up with the first version of learning management system. Yeah, it looked like this. I know what you guys thinking. It looked not professional. It looked like a project from secondary schools. Yeah, I would be honest. At that moment, the feedback, the response is not good. It's not overwhelming. But luckily enough that I have a good manager during that time, Jessica Tan. Jessica is still the manager during now. So she actually gave me a lot of encouragement and asked me not to give up, asked me to keep on trying and improve on it. So I actually try to take up the responsibilities and be more accountable. And I start to request to Jessica to give me full focus time to work on the new learning management. And after 3 months, with better tools, better framework, and better programming language, I managed to come up with the new version of learning management system, which we are still using it until now. And a lot of enhancements have been added in to this learning management system. So after I complete that project, I gain a lot of confidence, and there's a voice behind my mind telling me that, oh, there's nothing can stop me now. So I started to develop more and more system, and I started to learn more and more programming language. I learned more frameworks, and I actually gained a lot of job satisfaction while doing so, because one of the reasons is I did help the company to save a bit of cost. And the second one is I actually help a lot of employees reduce their burden by eliminating their manual work, by automating the process, and also giving them the opportunities. That's what I feel. Giving them the opportunity to do more value-added job. They can focus on whatever that they are good at instead of stuck with all those systems which can be improved better. So and recently the COE department actually have a new focus, which is on office automation, which is something that I have been doing, and I'm actually highly interested in it. So I started to apply for it, and at the end, now I'm actually one of the members who contributing in this office automation. So I'm very happy to it. So that's basically the whole journey of me throughout these 6 years. And today, I actually, other than sharing my journey, I also would like to share with all what that I learned throughout this whole 6 years. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can leave it at the chat. Okay. So there's a lot of things that I actually learned that, but there's only 2 things that I want to share. I want to share with you guys because I think that these 2 things are the important one. The first one is never stop learning, and the second one is utilize your time. Let me go to the first thing. The first one, never stop learning. If you think that graduating in UTAR is actually at the end of your learning journey, so after you graduated, you don't have to study anymore, or you are free, you don't have to learn anymore. If you think it that way, you are wrong. So imagine that you're gonna live for like 80 years old or even more. 20 plus years old when you are graduating, it's just like a little chapters of your life. So there's still a lot to go on, and everything in life starts by learning. So that's impossible that a person can actually born with something already know. For example, if you want to cook a meal for your family, it's impossible for you to born with know how to cook. I bet that for the first few meal that you cook might taste terrible, but throughout keep on learning and never stop learning, you definitely at one days you're able to deliver a decent meal. So that's how important learning is. Never stop learning it. So, and to make sure that you have effective learning, I'm going to share a bit of my tips that I think that helpful to me when I'm trying to learn a new thing. So the first tips that I want to share is clear distractions. As you all know that now we are actually live in a generation that is full of distractions. We have a lot of social media, we have a lot of like entertainments like parties and a lot of, especially students. You have a lot of like distractions. There are friends or there are people that always would like you to have fun. So you need to clear your distractions. And there's tools that I like to introduce also. So this tool is actually developed by Google. It's called Digital Wellbeing. If you are Android users and your Android version is currently updated, it will be automatically installed in your app, in your phone. If it's not, if you're iOS users, you can search it in your iOS store. So this app actually help you to lock your apps like social network, or it actually help you to focus. Try it out. So the second tips that I want to share you guys is to practice. As you all know that we actually live in a very fortunate, lucky generations. Why do I say so? We have all the information at the end of our fingertips. So whenever you want to learn something, whenever you want to explore something out, you can just Google it up or go to YouTube and search it. For example, you want to know how to develop an app. So you can just go YouTube and develop an app. But there's one trick. There's one tricky things about learning is you can't imagine that I get this second search. Okay, I get this search, which are a 20 minutes tutorials on how to develop an app. Do you think you're able to develop an app after watching a 20-minute videos? So it actually sounds good, but it doesn't work. Learning doesn't work that way. So even though like your UTAR lectures, UTAR have lots of great lectures. They give good lectures, and they actually academically they produce good. It's actually a very good platform. But the thing is, learning is both mutual contributions. You can't actually hope that by listening to a 2 hours lectures and you magically know how to develop an app or build a system. So everything need practice. You need to move your hand and then start doing it. So no matter what are the things that you learn, always practice it, always put effort in it. Okay. So, and I would like to also share what are the things that I'm learning now during MCO period. I think that I cannot waste the MCO period. So I need to learn something. So I always interested in app development, and I also think that app development is the futures. So I think that maybe in the future, Vitrox might also involve in app development system. So instead of waiting for that moment to come and start learning, I try to get myself ready first before the opportunity arrives. So I already start to do a bit of app developments and do a bit of game developments, because I'm always curious how other mobile app is being developed. And this is why I share this to you is I want to also pop these questions to you all. That it's also times that you guys think that, and because as now we are having MCO, maybe at the end of MCO we have It means that this period of time, you have a lot of free time. You should ask yourself, what do you want to learn now? Always occupy yourself with something that you can learn. This will make your life much more exciting. So the second thing that I actually learned throughout my whole journey is to utilize your time. And time is an interesting thing that everyone have the same amount of time. That it's impossible that the guy that is academically better than you, he's having 28 hours. There's no such thing. Everyone having 24 hours. So it's very fair if you compare in time. And how to master your time management? I mean, if you're able to master your time planning, you can actually master your life, because you can actually being better than others by controlling and managing well your 24 hours. Same, that I have 2 tips that I like to share with you all on what are the things that you can consider when you are planning on your time or planning on your schedule. For the first tips is actually, I would like to ask you guys to have moderate fun. These tips might sound a bit weird, but let me explain. Imagine this is your cute little brain. Our brain always seek for one desired chemical substances, and our brain can produce it, which is called the dopamine. With dopamine, it actually bring happiness to you, bring joy to your life. And our brain always seek for happiness and joy. And here are some statistics that show you what kind of activities release how much of dopamine, like food and eating. So for some people, when they are sad, when they are depressed, they like to go for food, they like to eat food. So food can be one of the activities that bring joy to your life. Video game, sex, cocaine, and the last 2 are drugs. So basically, the drugs are not your best options for you to find happiness. I'm also trying to tell you that video games and eating is also not the best solution for you to, you don't involve too much in it. So imagine that you play games, like let's say we take the game as an example. Let's say you play game 3 hours every day. So you will have a certain level of joy while playing 3 hours of video game. But after a period of time, you will notice that 3 hours of gaming no longer able to satisfy your happiness. You get immune to that level. You need more. So what you do, you start playing for 6 hours. And after a while, you notice that 6 hours is not enough. Then you started for 10 hours or more. So this is where you get addicted on playing game. And imagine that now you are addicted in playing game, like one day you play 6 hours of video game. And now I would like to ask you to study for your exam or ask you to learn something. What your brain will tell you? Your brain will tell you that, oh, learning is not fun. Compared to video game, your learning is very boring. Please stop studying and go learn. We always give us, I mean, I'm used to be a student. I always know the one excuse that I always give myself is, today I'll have most fun. I'll have a lot of fun. Tomorrow only I study, because I'm going to do that. But what happened next is, tomorrow my mind can't focus on studying. My mind will always remind me to go and play game. I still have time, don't worry. So my advice to you is try to control on the fun that you have. Try to have moderate fun and increase your learning. Learning can produce dopamine as well. Learning produce long-term dopamine. Like it won't give you that much of dopamine straight away. When you see the reward, then you will get the dopamines. So it will bring joys to your life as well, but just not as much as video game. So try to control your fun. And for the second tips that I want to share on utilizing your time, when you plan for your time, please put in some me time. Please plan for some me time. So what is me time? A me time is not the time that it's not the time that you tell your partners or your girlfriend that I need some me time. It's not your personal time. It's not those time. It's actually your self-reflection time. It's the time that you ask yourself some questions. Questions like, how am I doing so far? Do I love my life now? Am I on track on whatever goal that I'm trying to achieve? Do I wish to change? I mean, do I satisfied with my current situations, or do I wish to change? And what can I do to make my current situation better or make my life better? So these are the moments that you should ask yourself. Ask yourself these questions. But there's one thing that you don't do when you're having your me time is you don't do it while you are on bed. I noticed that a lot of people like to do this me time on bed. What happens is, if you are on bed, you're trying to sleep, and you start thinking, oh, do I love my life now? You have a lot of answer. You have a lot of promises. You'll say like, from tomorrow onward, I'm gonna stop being lazy. I'm gonna start studying. I'm gonna start being disciplined. Okay, you have a lot of promises, and what happened next is during that night you'll get very excited and you can't fall asleep. And what happened tomorrow is you will be very tired and you will forget about whatever promises that you give yourself the day before, and you will go back to your old usual life. And the cycle keep on continuing, and maybe after a few years nothing changed. Okay, you'll notice that. So my advice to you is allocate time for your me time. Maybe find a table, find a desk, and proper plan it out. And maybe you can write down whatever answer that you're able to think of, and start setting goals in if you have a direction that you want to achieve. Plan it out and set some goal. So that's basically the two major things that I learned throughout the whole journey. And hopefully by today by this sharing, you guys can find a bit of enlightenment and maybe can inspire you a bit in utilizing your time, and also in terms of learning. So as a conclusions, what I'm trying to tell you guys is you guys are in control of your life. You have the power to control your life through learning. And I also just Google it out, not just recently, I just Google it out that UTAR is actually ranked second in Malaysia. Okay, what this mean? This, because I'm also a UTAR alumni, so this means that you and I, both of us, we actually have a good foundations. UTAR is a good platform for us to learn. So try not to waste it. Try to utilize your whatever time that you have and focus on learning. You will never regret it. Your future self will thank you for that. So, and if you don't know what to do, you may consider joining the UTAR activities. I know UTAR have a lot of activities. I joined a lot like 7 years back. 7 years back when I'm studying UTAR, there's not much entertainment. The only entertainment is like going mama and eat. So don't waste a lot of time to go mama and eat and chat for the whole night long. Join some useful activities. I used to be the BA Society's vice president, and also I joined a lot of activities. One of the significant one are the RCM. I actually joined a few rounds of RCM. And actually, the activities that I joined doesn't stop in the uni life. Even though now I also join hackathons with my friends and try to find whatever things that try to utilize my time to the fullness and never stop learning. So if today, whatever that I'm trying to share with you guys can't remember, it's okay. Try to remember one thing: have your me time. Try whenever you plan for your days, you can have it every day or even once a week. It's okay. Even though, or you maybe can have it after today's sharing. Like you take 1 hour and ask yourself those questions. So with that, I would like to end with these pictures by telling you guys, please believe in yourself and never stop learning. That's it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
Okay.
That is a very inspiring talk. I'm very impressed how you can transition yourself from a business graduate to engineering-centric programmer, developer. Very impressed. I just want to add that it's a growth mindset that you have, and you have no issue. You can continue learning and adapt to the future. Okay, I have some questions from the participant. I will ask them. First is from Mr. Tan Sheng Wei.
Okay.
This is to Andy. What are the challenges faced before during your internship? And when there's two there during your internship, and also when you start working in Vitrox.
The challenges that I have. Okay, during my internship, I actually, as I mentioned when I'm through my journey just now, I actually noticed that there's a lot of things that I can improve on. So I would answer that the only challenges that I face is I don't have enough time. I should go internship earlier. I mean, because after my internship, I noticed that I'm not ready for the market yet. There's a lot of place that for me to grow. So I'm actually regret that I didn't utilize my time during my uni time. So I actually treat that today's sharing is like I time travel back to myself and try to tell myself if I'm still in UTAR, I would tell myself to utilize the time to improve myself and actually wasted a lot of time in mama and chit chat with friends all night long. I even go to cyber cafe a lot. Like the A station is the favorite cyber cafe that I went. If there's UTARian here, I mean they will understand what I'm saying. So there's the thing about what I faced, the challenges that I faced when I having my internship, and the challenges that I face in when I'm start working. I definitely do face challenges in same case. I feel that I don't have enough time. I wish that I can slow down time to learn more things and contribute more. And another thing about challenges that I face is I would say that I didn't I the challenges that I face is I always I didn't have enough of network in terms of like, because when I'm start working, I started to mingle around with a lot of R&Ds, especially myself. Now I actually join as the technical departments. I noticed that I actually lack of quite a lot of knowledge, and I wish that I could actually network with them more and started to know what are the correct way of doing things and what are the area that I should improve on. I always think that, because now if I almost like 30 years old, so I think that it will be much better if I know all this earlier, and it will be much better if I can improve it earlier. So I hope I answers your questions.
Okay, thanks, Andy, for
Okay.
that. Another question also to Andy. I
Okay.
covered Andy's one first, because
Yeah,
he's
sure.
the highlight for tonight.
Okay.
The student, someone asked Ming Jing Kao, he asked, may I ask for any recommendation websites of programming languages that you recommend for self-learning? So he's keen on doing self-learning. So he wants to know any programming languages or websites.
Okay. So if about, I mean, UTAR is definitely the one of the good resources you have. Okay. If about programming website, I would recommend, because I myself also go to Udemy. I actually go to Udemy. Udemy always have, if you notice, if you go to Udemy before, Udemy always have great offer. So why I recommend you to go to Udemy, because and if you notice, Udemy will need you to pay a certain amount of money to buy the course. But I think Udemy is worth it, because it is cheap. One thing is cheap, and when you pay for it, you have lifetime access to whatever course that you buy. So, and another thing about paying is, when you pay, you will feel that I already invested. I cannot waste my 50 ringgit. So I must learn it. So I think I would recommend Udemy. If you want to start, like, there's a lot of beginner tutorial over there. And if you're talking about, like, if you want to try and code and everything, you can go to W3 schools, is quite the famous one, the Code Academy also. So, but if you really want to start learn about coding, my advice to give you is start with finding project first. Like, if you have a simple project in mind, and you just straight away start and code. With that project in mind, you can like research on it, on whatever solution that you can find. Just as I mentioned in my tips, just start and practice it. You just need to find a project and start, instead of keep on go through the tutorials. Going through tutorials, I think 1 or 2 tutorials is enough. You need to start with a project and get yourself started. So that's the best way of learning, in my point of view.
Okay, thanks. This is the next question from Jin Hao Wu. Also to Andy, how did you overcome the initial obstacle of learning the technical aspects of programming without a foundation in computer science?
Oh, okay. Okay. To be honest, I mean, to say that I'm totally self-learned is overrated. Okay, because when I'm start learning, I definitely have sometime that I'm stuck, that I can't even Google it up. I'm not able to find a solution. When those moments came, I actually go and ask, because Vitrox have a lot of R&D engineers, and they are super friendly. If you've been to Vitrox before, all the peoples in Vitrox are very nice and are very friendly. So I actually find like Jeshan is one of like my master. So I actually find the engineers here and ask them, like, how to solve this, and they're very kind enough to teach me. So another advice that I would give is, like, you when you want to learn programming, or when you want to learn anything, you definitely start at some point. So when you are stuck, you don't give up. You don't give up. And another thing, don't shy. Try to ask around. Definitely there will be someone that already solved it before or anything. You just don't be shy, and just ask and you'll be able to find someone that might able to help you. Yeah, and there's no such thing that you can't learn. So if you like the obstacles or the whatever challenges that I face, even though I don't have the foundations, but I think you can learn it and master it, just that you need more time. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully I answer your questions.
Yeah, thanks Andy.
Yep.
So
Dr. Teh, is it okay that I clarify a bit? So whatever I'm trying to share here is not just saying that technicals are the futures. You should give up on your whatever business studies, because I'm from a FBF student. So I would tell you guys that learning, there's no such thing as go in waste. Because whatever that you learn, it will actually an advantage to you. If you notice that all the projects that I'm involved in are the business related, process related, because I have the business background, it actually helped me in terms of developing the process, because I'm familiar with the process and I understand the process well. If like Steve Jobs is actually in Harvard, he actually go and learn calligraphy, like the courses that actually help you to write text nicely. People will think that for a technical people to learn this seem like a bit waste, but it's not. Like the iOS, iPhone, whatever that came out, it actually impressed people with the style that given to it. And Steve Jobs mentioned that it's actually due to that the calligraphy courses that he attended during the uni, it actually helped him. So all the things that you learn, actually it will always give benefit to you. There's no such thing unless you learn the bad thing, and unless you keep to learning the good thing, it will always bring benefit to you.
Okay.
So I just like to clarify that.
So maybe I ask a question to Andy also.
Okay.
How to find the role of your manager in mentoring you? Maybe you can share how he or she mentors you to bring you up to this level. What kind of challenge? I mean, what kind of task he or she given to you, or how he transformed you? That's what I would like to know.
Okay, so I think that like relationship, mentorings, everything work both way. So of course you need to find someone that willing to learn. Like finding a good mentor is very important. So and you can, if you want to know how to find a good mentor, you can start by asking around. Like if someone don't want to help you, it clearly that he is not interested in mentoring you. If he show interest in helping you, and if show interest in guiding you, and whatever tips or whatever advice that he give you, you don't ignore it. You try to listen to whatever advice that people give, and try to practice the advice that given. And when you improve, whoever that mentoring also get motivated, because they feel great that you actually beneficial from whatever that they are teaching. So you have to put in the effort as well. When you want to find your mentor, you have to do your part. You have to inspire your mentor in order for he or she to keep on helping you and keep on guiding you. So you can imagine that if you are trying to help someone that he or she don't even wanted to be helped, so you will be demotivated and eventually don't want to help that guys. So it's very crucial that you also play your role and try to be proactive in your learning.
Okay, thanks Andy.
No
let you rest for a while. Now the questions are all for Siew, for Yeoh. Okay. This asking about internship, Siew. First one, Melvin. He said that internship program is great, but his question because he's studying retail management. So he's asking if any of those internship program will be allowed for retail management students.
Okay, for us, we don't actually limit you from where you can do in which particular department. To us, it's still whether number one, your uni allows you to or not. Sometimes we notice that certain uni, they only limit their student to do their internship in a certain department. The rest cannot. So I wonder UTAR side, whether you all are open into looking into, for example, if let's say this person have the skill, we can even actually can also joining our HR team. Okay, so to me it's still, what do you want? Okay, what are you capable of? For example, Andy, okay, previously he joined our people development department doing training. He's like hybrid, you know, he can train, become a V trainer, as you have seen in the slides of his. He can become a trainer, and at the same time, he can develop so many things that, wow, to me is sometimes it's so wonderful, the automation. Okay, we owe a lot to him for saving our time. So to me, it's still, what do you want? A lot of time when we receive application, they didn't tell us much on what do they want. And also from the resume, it's so general that at the end, we also think that not much information. How can we help you? Because we receive hundreds of applications. So for business internship, for example, we have in finance, we have in HR, also even our business development department, our lean deployment department, our logistic department. As long as they can show us what they are capable of what they want to, then for example, some people maybe they want to do something that is not, looks like under his or her course, then to me is, but if let's say that person has done some voluntary work for that particular thing, then maybe we can, or some part-time or some freelance work, maybe we can consider that. Because for fresh grad or internship, is still, people have question mark on you can or not. So how do you prove to people that you can on what you want? For business intern, currently we do freeze some internship position, but I would say that we are gradually opening it up. Okay, our business has our business is picking up, and you can send in your resume at any time. But please make sure you be clear on what you want, and also give us more information on what's your skill, okay? And perhaps put in some of your part-time or volunteer experience, your project experience, etc. Else a lot of time we have no idea. It's so generic that we can't call everyone to ask, actually, what do you want?
So I think the question also from Ning also asking about finance students. So she's also asking whether he or she, whether Vitrox is taking in any finance based background students.
We do, but at the moment we interview first. We yet to offer any. So when we unfreeze the business internship, we may we may be considering them. So at the moment, most of the internship that we are still continuing are those from the technical side, okay, R&D interns, and also some perhaps in our manufacturing, etc., or business development. And just now I saw a question asking whether we have any accommodation provided. We don't, but we can link you and connect you to, for example, our colleagues who has a room nearby or whatsoever, or some maybe some Chari Bilay or whatsoever that might be resourceful to you.
Okay. So there's a question also for another student also for marketing students. I guess the question, the answer is the same.
Yes. Okay. But to me is don't simply give up, okay? Because you never know that on that particular day when you apply, suddenly we have a new position coming up, or so you have to take the action, okay? You have to apply. You cannot sit there and think that I think no lah, then I won't even do the first step of applying. You have to make sure that you go through your resume again, enhance it, make sure that you stand out from the crowd. A lot of time we see that perhaps you and your coursemate, you just put what you study. Your coursemate also put what they study. And then how do we differentiate you from your coursemate? Sometimes you put your CGPA, your coursemate also put your CGPA. Then so happen his or her CGPA is higher than you. Then you're like getting lesser chance. So don't just show that. Show some other things that you are good at, your skills and anything proven. Or for example, even you are a promoter, for example, you have done a part-time promoter's job, but you are able to hit the sales target or you actually exceed the sales target, please put that in your resume. Okay, there's something that proven that you have some skills there.
Okay, thanks. Now, one more question from Woo Sok Jin. It's about internship provided specific offer for the student from Bachelor of Technology's electronic system. So I guess this is the work-based learning plus the extended internship. So it's only currently available for the Bachelor of Technology's electronic systems. So the student is asking, is it offer for finance course? I think to answer that, the extended internship is not available for the finance course at the moment. It's only for the Bachelor of Technology electronic systems.
And for Bachelor of Technology, we are going to have our first work-based learning students starting this October. We are excited to have that.
Yes, this is a new collaboration between the university and the industry, and we also putting a lot of efforts to ensure that it works, and we are also very excited. Thank you very much to Vitrox for really supporting this program.
Thank you to UTAR too.
No, is there any more questions for Ms. Yeoh regarding Vitrox? If not, there's a question for Andy. Sorry, Andy had to come back.
Yeah. No problem, no problem. I'm back.
There's a student who asked Jia Jiet, Jiong Jia Yet.
Okay.
He said that we all know what we are supposed to do, but how do you get the motivation to do it?
Okay, this is actually a very good question. Because getting motivation to do something is very important, especially in learning. Initially when I started to learn about programming, because I have no background in it, the initial part will definitely be hard. And how do I survive through that period? Definitely need a lot of motivation. So there's few ways that I can get this is my method of getting motivations. One of the ways you always visualize the thing that you want to achieve. So during, like, for example, like I shared my experience that I did try to develop a learning management system. So, and when I'm developing it, I always imagine how, when the day come that I launch that system, when the day come that everyone is using that system, and everyone is happy on using that system, how much contribution that I can make, how much things that I can help others by saving their time, by saving their job. So visualize it. If you started to feel demotivated a bit, you can, that night you can start thinking. You just imagine it. It's like, make it like a dream. You can even put a smile on your face when you go to sleep. And another method that I always use is there's another two methods that I use. One of it is like I buy Udemy course. Why? It's like, let's say now I'm trying to learn app development. When I demotivated on the app developments, I buy course on app development. I try to like, when I complete that course, I always, why? Because whenever I complete the course, I always like, oh, now I completed it, I need to start doing it. So invest in learning. It's also like something that can keep you motivated. And the last method that I use a lot is like I go YouTube and find whenever, motivation speech or whatever tips on being productive or tips on being disciplined. And there's a lot of video like showing life at Google's or life at some place, or life as an engineer, something like seeing something that motivate you can help you to motivate yourself. So whenever I finish those videos, I like, okay, I need to work on, like, someone else are working harder, someone else are doing something better than me. So I got no excuse that I not doing it. So I try to motivate myself using this few method. if you have friends, I mean, like I also have like some friends that we always discuss our challenges, and or if you have, I mean, like sometimes you have friends that like to brag a bit like on whatever their achievement. It's good sometimes that you listen to their achievement, that you think that, oh, they can. Sometimes people like to give excuse, like you must saying that he must be rich so that he can buy a new house, something like this. People always give excuse that suddenly you have a friend that buy house. I've noticed that some of my friends, they always like, his family must be rich. He might be sponsored by the father or the mothers on buying new house. I think it's not good that you think like that. You should believe that your friend buy the house on their own. Why? Because it's like it gives you motivation. Your friend can do it, so do you. It's also something to motivate yourself, like to make sure that you keep it on track with your friend, and being competitive is also one of the motivation that I believe. So I hope that I answered the questions.
Okay, thanks. Any more questions? You can type your questions in the Q&A, and I will ask it to direct to Andy. Andy can answer you live.
Oh yeah.
So I also, since no one asking, I'll ask Andy one question also.
Okay, sure.
What makes you decide to learn programming on your last semester of your studies? You know, normally last semester you guys are very busy. What makes you decide to learn programming?
Oh, okay. So there's few things. But for some people that they also might for last semester they actually a bit busy with especially FYP and stuff. But for me, my last semester, I actually, because UTAR is a flexible timetables thing, so we can have more course if you think that you're capable even before the last semester. I actually did that. Why? Because initially I planned my last semester to be like the honeymoon semester. I'm gonna play all night long. So I'm not having much course in my last semester. That's my initial plan. But after I went for my internship, so that's why I think the work-based learning is very, I think it's very good for the students, because they know what are their gap. And same to me, like the after my internship, I noticed that I had a lot of gap, and I because of the training system, I always want to, because I did involve in a bit of automation, and it sparked my interest, and I want to do more. I want to contribute more, and that's why I started to learn programming in hope that Vitrox one day can hire me back, and I can build the training system. And luckily they did, and they give me the opportunities. So that's inspired me to learn programming. I mean, in short, like what inspired me to learn programming is the things that I want to, is the visions, or is the desire I want to help others by reducing their manual work. I think that people shouldn't doing a lot of manual work. Doing manual work is boring. You shouldn't live your life keep on doing the same thing repetitively every day. So if you go to work, keep on doing the same thing, one day you are not happy about your work. So, but if there's a system that can help you do the manual work, because as I'm now working in the COE, we have team members that are working in AI, working in machine learning. I can see that they do wonders. They help a lot. With those technologies, they help a lot of the employees. They help a lot of people in automating stuff and overcoming whatever that human being can do in the past. So I like to see that how the technology grow, and I like to be part of it. So that's why I learn programming.
Thanks for Andy for that comment.
No
we really hope that we can follow your attitude.
You guys sure can. Everyone can.
Yeah, we hope our students can do that as well. I see no further questions. Any more questions? Last one on the road. Okay. If no questions, we would like to express our sincere appreciation to Mr. Andy and Ms. Yeoh for taking your time today to come and do the webinar to introduce Vitrox, as well as giving us an inspirational talk. This is really, really good, really, really inspirational to see somebody who loves to keep on improving himself. We should have that in all our students. Okay.
I believe in all the UTARian as well. I've been there. I'm proud to be one of the UTAR, my UTAR, my choice. So I still remember the slogan. So I have high belief in UTARian as well.
We also look forward to see a lot of our graduates going into Vitrox and be able to contribute to the success of Vitrox.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Teh, and also students who are willing to spend your 1 hour plus with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. See you guys.
Okay.
Thank you for watching this webinar. If let's say our friends here would like to contact University Tunku Abdul Rahman UTAR, you can actually reach us at our UTAR website study.utar.edu.my or /cn, our Chinese website. Once you log on to our UTAR website, actually you can see this live chat button. You can live chat with us, talk to our education counselor, or maybe you can reach us at our Facebook. You can key in UTAR for you, and you can actually update all our UTAR info, programs, scholarship, and so on. Or you can reach us at our WeChat account, UTARNet, or call us at 016-2233-557 or 011-1107-3427. Or maybe you can email us at enquiry@utar.edu.my. Our education counselor from Division of Program Promotion will reply you shortly. Thank you.